Hi Leo, welcome to your end of October 2018 love reading. It's Rena here. I'm using the Wild Unknown Tarot deck. It's rush hour, so probably gonna have trains going by every 5 minutes. Oh, I got a lot of major arcana cards for such a short period of time. That's kind of interesting. So the state of your love life. 5 of Wands. For some of you, there may be conflict, drama that's being generated. In some cases, this could be with a fellow fire sign. It's a very fiery energy, and the number 5 is number of instability. So like competitiveness in relationships, where both parties are trying to outdo the other, or, you know, there's that sense of, I would say like a imbalance, masculine imbalance, where you have two people that want to be in control, like kind of calling the shots. With Leo, I just want to say this. With a Leo woman, if you're involved with a man, you may be kind of like, when I say competitive, it's like the woman feeling like she's being subjugated when she's not. And that you have to always kind of show your strength in an aggressive manner. And it's funny, you know, they talk about the divine feminine. Well, we, in our society, we have this love of aggressive behavior and all that stuff. And so now women are emulating the worst qualities that we associate with men? I don't think so. So it could be that two egos are clashing, or that there is a problem where there's like a lack of balance, where one person is in control of things, and that's creating that sense of disarray. Sometimes if like you're single and you're out in it's like the meat market, where you're looking for love, but it seems like it's this battle that you have to kind of go through. And I've always said I'm glad I'm not a man, because that would really be difficult. I can't imagine having to be the one to ask somebody out or anything like that. But yeah, so it's just something where it's combative, or it's just you know, there's like a lot of sparring going on. Maybe this is an Aries person, and it's almost like in a friendly way. It's not like a negative way, that there's just like a lot of that fire energy that is causing the two of you, like maybe even like sexual chemistry. The kind of the past influence, the Mother of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. I associate this with Leo. I wish it would be. It's supposed to be Sagittarius. But this is the career woman vibe. And this can be like, I don't know if this is in the workplace that you've met this person. If so, be careful if you are this person's boss, because that could land you in hot water. Where you are, because the Queen is usually going to be a more higher up in authority, and perhaps that is creating that sense of, even if you're attracted to somebody at work, it's one thing if you're co-workers, but when one person is in a position of authority, that could even be more frowned upon. I don't know. the other thing too, I mean, this is a love reading. If I was just doing this as a general reading, I'd say, well, you're back in the mix. You're back in the fight. You're just going after your dreams, and you're duking it out in that what do you call it, that arena. And there's like the sense of competition, but it's a healthy kind of thing where you feel like your juices are flowing. However, this is supposed to be a love reading. So to me, it's like if I'm looking at it from the Queen of Wands perspective, maybe this is, for some of you who are divorced and you've already had a history. Maybe you've been there and done that, and you've already been married, and now you're kind of like back on the dating scene after raising a family or something like that. And it's kind of like a new experience, and there's a lot of liveliness, but perhaps it's not this stable situation. It's just kind of like there's a lot of, maybe you have a lot of admirers, I don't know, with the Five of Wands. What crosses you, this is creating a little bit of some sort of a barrier or obstacle. Isn't that a cool card? Is the Sun card, which, the Sun rules you. And I think that this could mean that perhaps you haven't found anybody yet, but you're looking. For this person, the Sun is a very positive card, and it deals with love, but it's in the challenged position. So it still is maybe on its way. Maybe you've had some flirtations that seemed like they were going to lead somewhere, but so far they haven't, and that's okay. It's good to just be open to new experiences. With the Five of Wands, you may be feeling alive. You may be feeling like all of a sudden you've got all these balls in the air, and you're just kind of enjoying the activity. But maybe there's a part of you, I want a permanent relationship. Well, just have fun in the meantime. Don't be too eager to settle down before and find the one until it's really there for you. And maybe maybe there's a Leo in your life that is not a good person to go back to or deal with. The higher message is the Hermit, and this is connected to Virgo. But this could be, I love that picture. I think it's so cute. This is about doing some soul searching and obtaining that wisdom, that inner wisdom to guide you, instead of being the typical, with the Leo energy is very workaholic. And maybe that's what this Mother of Wands is that is kind of creating a situation where you are, maybe you have a great job and your partner feels inferior because of it, and you have this great job. But if you were in that type of situation, I think the Hermit would show you, if you listen to your higher self, if you took the time, that you gravitated towards somebody that we could call kind of weak, that kind of would naturally resent your success because they don't feel good about themselves. So it's really up to you to find somebody that is going to not just take your orders, but really going to be an equal partner for you. And if you are successful, if you have a successful career, then pick somebody who they have a successful career, not somebody who you can control because they haven't attained what you've attained, but you feel safe with that and your ego gets stroked. No, because that eventually that person will resent you, and maybe that already has happened. So the Hermit is about tuning in to yourself, away from the noise, and maybe even that you need to kind of be alone for a while. Maybe you've been too involved with other things. If you've gotten divorced and you've gotten right back into the, you jumped out of the frying pan into the fire, so to speak. And maybe you didn't give yourself enough time to process what you've learned. The advice is the Devil card. This is connected to Capricorn, but they laugh at the hooves on fire like that. That's pretty funny. And the Devil card is, the advice is about looking at what temptation scenario when it comes to relationships. Leo's one of the most sensual signs, as far as I'm concerned, and as a result, Leos can get into bad relationships because of lust rather than love, and that has to be something that you're able to really differentiate between. And maybe you are and maybe you're not. So being able to see how you get caught up in the I was going to say the sins of the flesh or pleasures of the flesh, but how it becomes an overriding theme, and it's not a good relationship overall. Because sometimes there are patterns, and that's what I like to talk to. When I do these readings, it's not for people that are having great times. There's no need for readings if you're just, everything is hunky-dory. Why do you need a reading? It's for if you find yourself frustrated by the same thing happening over and over again, or something not happening at all. What's coming in is represented by the Son of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups. So this could be an offer of love. And maybe it's with an actual water sign, and that would be kind of interesting. We're talking about Cancer. We're talking about Scorpio. That's the one that you tend to fall for. Or Pisces. And you might, if you've been with a fire sign in the past, you might be like, wow, I'm dealing with somebody who has emotions, but it's not drama, it's more caring. And this is what I've been looking for. Now, obviously, there would have to be other things that support such a relationship, but that could be a more gentle relationship instead of a combative one. If you've had that, if you're having one right now or have in the past. The outcome, the world. And this is the end of an era, the end of a cycle. And yes, and this, this reading, even though it's supposed to be for the last 2 weeks of October, this could actually be, that world card could be when you have a lunar eclipse in your sign on January 21st of 2019. That might be the final chapter of one era of your life. You've been having these eclipses, Leo. And this has brought a lot of change, or the potential for change, whether you've accepted it or not, might be a different story, into your life, into your reality. And so be open to change, be willing to alter your patterns. Your fixed sign, you tend to kind of stay the course. Challenge your patterns and your habits. And who knows, you might find love in a very unexpected way. But the Knight of Cups could be somebody who is an artist, somebody who's very sensitive. Maybe you're dealing with an insensitive person with the Five of Wands. Somebody who likes to start fights all the time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.